So last time we were looking at adding and subtracting some polynomials. In this case, we're going to look at multiplying polynomials by a monomial, so a single term. So multi-terms by single terms. And one of the concepts we're using here is what's called the distributive property. It tells us to multiply each term inside the bracket by the term outside the bracket. We're going to distribute the multiplication. So in the example here, we have a times b plus c plus d. We're going to distribute that a to each of those and multiply all three terms inside the bracket by the a. So it's a times b, a times c, and then a times d. We like to write these arrows out, I do anyways, and many of your teachers will, just to show that we've done okay. We did ab, we got ac, we got ad, we got all the multiplications we needed to. So when we're multiplying these monomials, if we have two monomials multiplied together, 3 times 4, then it's, well, we've done that since probably hopefully grade 3, and you just multiply those numbers out, so it's normal. When we're working with the letters, so the variable portions, if we have something like x times x squared, well, we're going to add the exponents. This is 1x, and this is 2x. So we're not worried about like terms here. We're multiplying, which is different than adding and subtracting. So we can do 1 plus 2, or it's x cubed. Now note, x squared is x times x. So x times x squared is the same as x, and then x squared is x times x. So x times x times x. There's 3 x's there. That's why we get x cubed. So what we're doing here is we have x, and then x squared is x times x, because it's the area. So it's a length times, so we have this, and then that's an x, and then we have x by x, that makes x squared. So we have 1, 2, 3 x's being multiplied together. And that's where we get the x cubed. We're adding an extra dimension to things. If you have numbers and letters, then what you do is you treat each of them separately. We multiply the numbers by numbers and the letters with the letters. So in this case here, negative 3x squared times 4x cubed. We multiply numbers through negative 3 times 4. Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. X squared times x cubed. Well, we add the 2 and the 3 on the x's. We get x to the power of 5. That's 1, 2 x's multiplied together. This 1, 2, 3. So a total of 5 x's multiplied together. And I have a little breakdown of that over here. So some examples we'll do here. 6x times 4x. Multiply the numbers. 6 and 4 get us 24. X times x, that's x squared. 2 x's multiplied together. 2x squared times 3x to the 3, or 3x cubed. Well, negative 2 and positive 3, that multiplies to negative 6. We have x times x, and then x times x times x. So 2 x's multiplied, 3 x's multiplied. That's a total of 5 x's multiplied together, or x to the power of 5. Now, this is a monomial times a monomial, but if we bump that up to a polynomial, multiple terms in there, we just multiply each term in the bracket by the monomial, putting an addition sign in front of the positive terms as needed. So, here we have 3x squared times 2x squared plus 3x minus 7. We multiply the 3x squared times 2x squared. And I have the breakdown of each of the individual multiplications on the side here, but we get 6x to the power of 4. 3 times 2 is 6. X squared times x squared is x to the 4. 3x squared plus 3x. 3 times 3 is going to be positive 9. We need the separator there with the positive. And then x squared times x is x to the power of 3. 3x squared times negative 7. 3 times negative 7 is negative 21. And then the x is multiplied by no x's there, and we're just left with 2x, the x squared. It's still part of the multiplication. So again, we added these plus and minus signs as needed, especially the plus sign. You got to put that in there to separate those terms. So a couple examples with this. You'll hear the term expand used when you're multiplying these expressions. It just means multiply. Okay, so expand means multiply. So negative 2x times x. That's our first step. So there's no number to multiply the 2 by, so we just put it down there. X times x, that's going to be x squared. Negative 2 times 3 is going to be negative 6. and there's nothing to multiply the x by, so we just put it down there. The next one, 3x times 4x squared. So that's going to give us 12, 3 times 4, and then x times x squared, that's 3x's multiplied together. 3x times negative 6. 3 times negative 6 is negative 18. Nothing to multiply the x with, so we just put it down. Even when it gets to a trinomial, same thing. Multiply negative 5x cubed by x squared. We're going to get negative 5x to the 5. Then negative 5x cubed times negative 4x. Negative times a positive, or negative times negative is a positive. 5 times 4 is 20. X cubed times x to the power of 4. And then finally, negative 5x cubed times negative 1. Well, new negatives make a positive. 5 times 1 is 5. And then we still have that lonely old x cubed there at the end. So we've now expanded that out. So when we're expanding, we multiply every term inside the brackets by the term outside the brackets, multiply numbers by numbers, multiply letters by letters.